Working from home doesn't have to suck, thanks to these. So let's check it out.
Don't be this guy who can never hear their names being called.
Excuse me?
It's not a good look. Thankfully now, you can enjoy your K-pop or murder mystery audiobook without unintentionally ignoring everyone else around you.
Oh, hey.
That's all thanks to the OpenFit being earphones that don't actually go inside your ear. They hook around them instead, and it's like placing tiny speakers in front of your ears so only you can still hear them. The side benefit of all this is a one-size-fits-all, as you just need it to sit on top of your ear, whether big or small. It easily passed my scientific shade test though, balancing in place even on my weirdly shaped elephant ears, making these the perfect trade-off, whether you just hate having your ears stuffed in all day or always need to know what's happening around you. The touch controls are simple and responsive, and while the mics aren't studio quality,
this is a test of the audio quality. We're outside with the cars in the background. You tell me what you think.
they surprisingly isolate my voice in a noisy environment really well, which is perfect when they force you to go in the office as well, so you can eavesdrop on the executive gossip. Now, it's not meant for working out, but in my tests, they stayed on through my rigorous running and extreme sports. But personally, I think they're great for just listening to some jams, especially given you have the option to customize its output. Plus, they're water resistant enough, which means you can't swim with them, but it can handle my sweaty head without any issues. Now, thanks to it just resting on my ear, combined with its 7-hour runtime per charge and lightweight design, I can wear these all day and forget they're even on, which makes its gum pack like charging and carrying case a no-brainer to take with you no matter where you're pretending to quote unquote work from home. So links and details down below. This is your current TV setup, and then this is the TV setup your girlfriend told you not to worry about, because it's like your wall is now part of the TV, making it feel like you've got a bigger screen than you can actually afford by just adding on some lights and a camera that actually watches your TV with you to sync the colors accordingly. This is all done thanks to the Govee TV Backlight 3 Lite. So unboxing, you've got the light strip itself, camera reader, and its home base that will make it all smarter than you are. Some additional accessories to cable manage because we're trying to make your setup look better, not messier. But first, we test it to ensure it all works, and well, bam, we're good to go. Starting off with a quick wipe down because you and I both know that it needs it. Then just wrap the LEDs around the screen, letting the 3M tape do its magic. Using the included orange blocks and combined with their fisheye correction technology, it ensures accurate color matching to your TV, but then, well, bam again. Obviously, Iron Man was going to be our first test, probably one of the most colorful and joyful movies out there. You can see the magic happen as the TV screen itself changes. The LEDs instantly change alongside. It's even cooler when you have screensavers on, giving the art a vibrant 3D pop effect. And after 2 versions now, the upgraded 3 Lite model uses its 3rd generation in visual color matching technology. So definitely not newbies to the game, and they know a thing or two about wicked TV setups. When connected to the app though, you've got a ton of customization options too, even allowing you to match it to the color of vegetables, which I didn't think I needed. And I think at this price point, it may be the best all-around entry-level TV backlight that you can get. Plus, it's on sale too. Links and details down below. I get it. Zoom meetings kind of suck. And while this doesn't make it any funner, at least it'll make you look better than the potato camera that's built into your laptop. The Obsbot tiny 4K webcam is literally self-explanatory. It can output 4K footage in a tiny body. So tiny that they include a mount you hang off your laptop screen and it sits on top of it magnetically, which is pretty cool alone, but once it starts following you is when the fun begins. Basically, it ensures you're always the center of attention and may or may not be able to hide your on-camera triple chin properly too. It's also able to focus on objects that you're showcasing as well, then smart enough to also recenter its attention back to you when done. Perfect for product demos, or if you're that one person everyone hates for always asking too many questions at the end of the meeting. The software is jam-packed with customization from exposure settings to smoothing out your skin too, with my favorite feature being this. Well, bam. hand gestures. An oddly satisfying and again futuristic thing to do by simply raising your hand up and it just knowing to track your face after that. Plus, for it being a webcam, they have a surprising amount of accessories that you can upgrade it with, even a hard case to take it with you, because we all know you're not actually working from home. You are going to want this 4-in-1 wireless charger simply for how cool it looks. And sometimes that's enough of a reason to upgrade your work from home setup. Thankfully, this one is actually super useful too, with a spot to charge your AirPods, Apple Watch, and phone, all with a single cable, while looking like this. Come on. It may be all plastic and most of the design is pretty gibberish. The charger is pretty slim, and when charging all 3 devices at once, it can get a little toasty, which they've also included vents around the back and sides to keep it cooled off. But then, wha-bam! It shapeshifts and transforms into an Autobot phone stand for your viewing pleasure, which is held in position by friction, but passes my scientific poke tests without sliding around. When done and folded flat, they even include a Velcro carrying case, because if you only need to remember to pack 1 cable when traveling, you can count me in. Now, if you're like me and always need to keep your hands busy, whether it helps you focus or keeps your anxiety to a minimum, the Project Ratchet ring may be the perfect solution that not only looks natural, but sounds oh so satisfying. And their new blacked out versions might be the best hidden secret in plain sight. Unlike regular fidget spinners, clickers, and toys that we've tested before, a ring is something that everyone wears, carries with them everywhere, and doesn't distract you with shiny object syndrome, especially when you're trying to actually get work done. And honestly, just looks super sleek too. You can spin it while typing, going for a walk, doodling a masterpiece, and even when you meet other people, because you simply just roll your thumb along the face of it. The metal design also means you don't need to worry about treating it like a baby. Plus, they also have 3D printed stands for when you're not actively wearing it. But also, you can transform it into a tabletop fidget toy too. Win-win. Being lazy has never been so easy, thanks to the SwitchBot bots, which is basically like attaching a finger to any of your dumb appliances. It's sort of like the clapper of the 2000s, if you're old enough to remember, but now with any physical button or switch that you don't want to get up and turn on yourself. Unlike other smart home devices that make you remove and replace parts, the SwitchBot simply sits on top, and the beauty really is in how simple it is to set up. Removing the 3M backing, stick it beside your switch of choice, and pair it with the app, running through the setup process in a few clicks. Voila. It's a affordable, simple, and renter-friendly solution to control your home with your phone now. Light switches are the obvious choice to do, but I've got it to turn off power bars to avoid overcharging, turn on studio lights from a distance, even hit the record buttons on multicams, which may actually replace my need for a cameraman too, start and stop printers, and even heat up my breakfast and brew my coffee right when I wake up. Basically, if it can be clicked, then the SwitchBot can automate it. Plus, it comes in a black too, for a stealthier look. They've built a whole ecosystem of accessories around it, like a remote that can trigger the bots or make scenes with multi-actions, then combining with their internet hub to remotely access all your controls and continue to pretend like you're actually still working from home. I get it. Some of you watching are boomers, and that's totally okay, because frankly, y'all had some of the best stationary accessories of all time. And for all of us staring at a screen all day, it's kind of relieving to actually stare at something else for once. So why not make it some good old stationery? A few options here from Penco, because who knew a sticky note could be this advanced? With my favorite going to the weekly memo pad, which you can stick right under your screen or keyboard and keep track of what's important for the week or what you plan on eating. No judgment here. I also picked up the tall monthly pad. Great to keep track of habits or use it as a way to plan ahead, but also a numbered task list, never hurt either. And my favorite is this tabbed sticky notebook, which are like if folders had a baby with sticky notes. Such a simple change, but oh so useful. Then there's the ancient tool of a writing utensil, and a few recent pickups from Pentel and one of my favorite stationery brands, Stalogy. This one being their 4-in-1 with 3 pens and a lead pencil too. Thick, grippy, and while it may feel a little plasticky, it replaces having to remember where I left the 3 other things. Refilling your fridge videos may be the most satisfying videos on the internet. There's something about seeing things fit perfectly in place that scratches that itch in your brain, because you'll probably never be able to do it yourself. Until now. With Sidio Crates, you can organize all your clutter, not just in your fridge, but around the office, in the washroom, and even all your massage toys too. Because while these may be overkill for your sparkling water, they're the toughest storage bins that we've tested, not only because it can hold up to my weight, which is at or above that 200 plus pounds limit, but it's got a whole ecosystem of accessories to upgrade them as well. That includes the stackable lids with comfortable wide grips that's reinforced with this hexagon pattern, which I haven't experienced such a thought out lid on any other storage bin. Add in some whiteboards for some neat and reusable labeling, numbered dividers so you can utilize the space to its fullest, with sturdy latching dividers that don't slip or slide around. Stackable even with the multiple sizes. And yeah, you know we had to drop test them too. Now, a lot of the smaller exterior pieces are flying here and there, but overall, surprisingly coming out without any structural damage. So I trust these to hold up in transport, being slid around, or for me personally, on a shelf, keeping everything neatly organized. We finally did it, and you can too. So shout out to Cozey for being Captain Obvious, because this may be the comfiest name ever. However, like Dom Toretto would go on record to say, without family, you've got nothing. Except in this case, you've got a whole damn couch. We chose the 4-piece, and although our recycling bin will hate us, setup was surprisingly simple, with the hardest part being taking them out of the thick AF boxes they ship them in, which kudos for that though. But this is basically like Lego for furniture, and while easy, it's still physically tiring given how sturdy these chunkers are. Thankfully, these covers are removable and washable given how butterfingers we are at the studio, but come on, bouncy, plushy, and slightly textured too. Perfect because it's also modular, like when I need to take my midday nap, but it's nice and cozy.
I didn't get that.
Now, fast forward a month since we shot that last scene, and we're still in love, especially for the price, because working from home probably looks like this most of the time anyways. So having a comfortable space to relax, but is also supportive enough to work on, is like having an office lounge room at home. Now, this does lean on the soft and bouncier side of comfort, but we found the lower backrest with the flat top makes for a great side table all around the couch. Realistically as well, accidents do happen, and while the covers aren't waterproof, they are fully removable and machine washable too for the clumsy folks or just pet owners as well. But the modularity is the real hero here. With each section being able to freely move, you can go from living room to a conference meeting room with just a little elbow grease. Perfect for that 2 p.m. meeting that you have blocked off with your TV. If you ever wished your keyboards were shinier than your forehead, well, the genie has arrived and all your desires have come true. Because I've never fallen in love with an inanimate object so fast. These keycaps are made of ceramic, the same stuff your third cup of coffee is stored in right now. So it's got some heft, a glossy finish, and your keyboard may or may not get mistaken for a weird looking flower vase. But when it's all set up, it makes your keyboard look 10 times more expensive. And sort of like it's not meant to be typed on, but when you do, oh boy does it feel and sound oh so good. So as they say, keep dreaming big and one day they may come true.
Let me know if we should do whiteout EDC or titanium EDC next down below. But that's it. I rest my work from home accessories.